Hello and welcome. With the presidential elections just around the corner, there has been a lot of political actions that's been making news. We will sum up all the details during the next 30 minutes as you're watching News Tonight with me, Linda Hercules. But first, as usual, it's the top headlines. Mamata Banerjee to meet Sonia Gandhi tomorrow to discuss UPA's candidate for the presidential elections. The race to Rasina Hill heats up as Election Commission has scheduled the presidential polls for July 19th. After Jaswant Singh meets Mulayam Singh, indicators that the veteran BJP leader is in the race for the vice president's post. Baba Ramdev says he's had no trouble meeting most political leaders, with the Congress as the exception. Finance Minister Pranab Mukherjee admits he's disappointed with economic numbers but says the government is working on it. Security beefed up at Chennai port ahead of LK Advani's visit to the city tomorrow. Advani to visit Kalpakkam on Thursday. 70% of voters in Pudukkottai cast their votes today for the by-elections. Lawyers of Nityananda moved Karnataka High Court to quash the FIR against him even as he is missing for more than 24 hours. Sources are certain that Prime Minister is in favour of an amicable end to the deadlock between the Aviation Ministry and Air India pilots' revolt. News in detail. The big political battle, who will be the next President of India, is amping up. The Election Commission has announced a schedule for the elections. Chief Election Commissioner V.S. Sampath said that the election to the President's office must be free and fair and that the Commission is taking all necessary steps in discharging its constitutional responsibility. The EC has decided to appoint Secretary General of Rajya Sabha as a returning officer for these elections. Notification to be issued on the 16th of June, last day for nominations the 30th of June, scrutiny of nominations on the 2nd of July, last date for withdrawal the 4th of July, elections to be held on the 19th of July, counting if required to be held on the 22nd. Chief electoral officers of each state shall supervise and coordinate with assistant returning officers in the state capitals.
Issue of Election Commission's notification calling the election will be issued on 16th June 2012, that is Saturday. Last date for making nominations, it shall be 30th June 2012, which is also a Saturday. Date for the scrutiny of nominations, 2nd July 2012, Monday. Last date for withdrawal of candidatures, 4th July 2012, which is a Wednesday. Date on which a poll shall, if necessary, be taken is 19th July 2012, Thursday. Date on which counting, if required, shall be held is on 22nd July 2012, which is a Sunday.
The Congress party is likely to announce its presidential candidate by the 15th of June. Significantly, Finance Minister Pranab Mukherjee, considered a front-runner for the nomination, has cancelled his visit to Afghanistan on the 14th. The official reason being cited for Pranab calling off his Kabul visit is of the economic situation in the country. Trinamool chief and Congress's ally Mamata Banerjee has reached Delhi to hold talks with political leaders over the presidential elections. Mamata said that she will be meeting Mulayam Singh and will call on Sonia Gandhi tomorrow. Sources have told NDTV that Mamata has agreed to back Pranab Mukherjee for the president. Sources say that she is happy to see a Bengali in top constitutional post, but there is a disclaimer in this. Mamata wants the Congress to announce its nominee first. It appears that senior BJP leader Jaswant Singh may be rallying support to run for the post of vice president. Today, Jaswant met Samajwadi Party chief Mulayam Singh Yadav at his residence. Sources say that a section of the BJP has been lobbying for Jaswant Singh as the vice presidential candidate as a trade-off to UPA getting its pick for a presidential candidate. Onto economy now. India's index of industrial output, the key measure of industrial output, grew at 0.1% in April 2012 from the same period in the past fiscal. This is against an expectation of 1.7%. The industrial output fell 3.5% in March 2012. A Thomson Reuters poll had indicated that India's industrial output likely saw a small rise, suggesting little pickup in the economy after a slump in growth at the start of the year. India's economy in the first 3 months of calendar year 2012 saw GDP growth fall 5.3%, its lowest in 9 years.
It is disappointing because the IIP figure for April is just plus 0.1. Somebody may have some satisfaction that it was in the month of March minus 3.2, but that is no consolation. Frankly speaking, I am disappointed, and industry has not yet picked up. The negative sentiments for investment, which is continuing for some time, are still there. Therefore, we shall have to take some steps which can give the signal of positivism. Between the last report and the current report, yesterday I have given my comments on these rating agencies' observations. Of course, they have studied from different angle. They have expressed their apprehensions. We take note of it. But as I mentioned, we shall have to sort out our own problems, and for that we are taking necessary steps.
The policy paralysis which we are witnessing is because of the inner contradictions within the Congress, between the Congress and the government, between 10 Janpath and 7 RCR, within the cabinet and within the coalition. That is why our economy is not moving as it should have or what its potential is.
मेरा मानना ये है कि एसएनपी ने जो अभी तक कहा है उसके वो तथ्यों के आधार पर कहा है, और अच्छा होता कि हम लोग उन तथ्यों को देखें। जैसे पिछले वर्ष की अंतिम तिमाही 1 जनवरी से लेकर 31 मार्च तक भारत का आर्थिक विकास दर गिरकर 5.3%। उसी प्रकार औद्योगिक उत्पादन मार्च के महीने में 3.5% गिर गया, मतलब कि माइनस में चला गया। सरकारी घाटा बढ़ रहा है। देश का जो चालू खाता है विदेशों के साथ वो 4% जो है हमारा सकल घरेलू उत्पाद उससे भी ऊपर चला गया। और सबसे ज़्यादा चिंता की जो बात है कि उसमें जो अल्पकालीन ऋण होता है उससे उस घाटे की भरपाई कर रहे हैं, जो कि एक बहुत खतरनाक परिस्थिति पैदा कर सकता है।
The Indian rupee breached the key psychological 56 level against the US dollar to hit a one-week low of 56.07 today. However, it recovered to close at 55.80 per dollar. The rupee had opened marginally lower at 55.83 to the dollar. However, at 10:50 a.m., the rupee touched 56.04 to the dollar, over 0.5% lower than yesterday's close. It then went on to trade between 55.80 and 56.08 levels. Over to the Pudukkottai by-elections, both ruling AIADMK and opposition DMDK sought to increase their strength by one more in the 234-member Tamil Nadu Assembly. Voters turned up in good numbers to cast their votes in the by-polls, which is seen as a direct face-off between former allies AIADMK and the DMDK. 70% of polling has been witnessed. The by-poll was necessitated following the death of CPI legislator SP Muthukumaran, who was killed in a road accident on the 1st of April. In another scene, there has been 80% polling in the crucial by-elections to 18 assembly constituencies and 1 Lok Sabha seat in Andhra Pradesh. The polls are being seen as a test for YSR Congress chief Jagan Mohan Reddy and could change the political dynamics of Andhra Pradesh. The election authorities say that elaborate arrangements were in place with 50,000 polling personnel, including 138 companies of Central Armed Police Force, been deployed to ensure peaceful polling. Jagan Mohan Reddy was arrested 2 weeks before the by-elections and could get the sympathy vote. As his family members claim, he is being victimized. If he does well in these elections, it could lead to an exodus from the Congress and even destabilize the state government. Moving on, lawyers of the self-styled godman Nityananda have moved the Karnataka High Court to quash the FIR that has been filed against him after his supporters clashed with TV reporter. He remains missing 24 hours after Sadanand Gowda government launched a manhunt for him. However, Nityananda's supporters claim that he was not absconding. The government had also ordered the seizure and a search of his ashram property and asked the Home Department to take steps to cancel his bail.
इस बार हमारा कार्यकर्ताओं को और उसका नित्यानंद का फॉलोअर्स को क्या नित्यानंद फॉलोअर्स हमारा कार्यकर्ताओं को थोड़ा आज गलत बात किया। आश्रम बोले तो आश्रम जैसे रहना, उसमें एक्टिविटीज अलग अलग एक्टिविटीज नहीं करना। उधर इंग्लैंड से आता, अमेरिका से आता, ड्रिंक्स मिलता, उधर ड्रग्स मिलता, स्मोक। आपके पास प्रूफ है क्या ये सब चल रहा है? देखो सर, हमारा पास 6 मंथ से बैक हमारा एक 2-3 कार्यकर्ता उधर शिष्य बोल के वर्क कर रहे थे। ओके ना, वो सब उधर क्या क्या चल रहे है, क्या क्या है, देखो वो हम आगे हमारा गवर्नमेंट को देते। हम लोग गवर्नमेंट क्या करते अब करेंगे, बाद में हम लोग एविडेंस को हम भी IPL डाल रहे हैं उसके ऊपर, नित्यानंद के ऊपर।
In the high level meeting of Honorable CM sir, certain decisions were taken. So these were communicated to us, but there were certain procedural regularities which we were trying to follow. So yesterday and in fact in the morning, we were trying to clear these procedural formalities. Because of that, we could not immediately start the search operation, though we wanted to search immediately. But we need to follow certain procedural aspect. So, and in fact, in the morning only, I have submitted the report to district administration regarding the activities and the earlier all the aspects of the Nityananda Ashram. So now we are starting the search operation, and hopefully we'll find the positive aspects in this.
BJP leader LK Advani is all set to visit Chennai tomorrow. He's planning to visit Kalpakkam on Thursday, and on Friday he will be heading to the Chennai Petroleum Corporation Limited and the Chennai port. More news on the other side of the break. Stay tuned.